And our definite fall heat wave is starting to slowly unravel. It's going to be about another day or so as high pressure holds in across much of the Intermountain region. That's the Great Basin. As the air rotates around that and sinks, it rushes back towards central and southern California, and that brings in lots of warm desert air and as well the compressional heating. Now that ridge will start to flatten as I step out of the way, and squeezed, as it gets squeezed and moves a little bit to the east, that opens the door to the onshore flow. Cooler conditions, the winds start to turn more out of the west. This will likely be late tomorrow afternoon, going toward the evening hours, and then more so on Sunday, and then even more so as we head into next week. So cooler weather is on the way and less wind. Excellent news there. There's the FUTURECAST, and this is the dying gasp of this, I'd say about the second Santa Ana wind we've had this season. And you can see it down there in the Oxnard Plain as we head into the overnight hours into very early morning. That's when you get the winds. Usually they start to peak at that time. They sort of couple with the natural offshore flow, and that is it right there. That's the dying gasp of that as we head out into the afternoon. It'll start to really weaken across the region and almost disappear. And these arrows turning more westerly, which is excellent news because that means you're putting moisture back into the mountainsides, especially around the Alisal fire areas. And as those winds push in off the west more and even southwest, you start to get more of the marine layer and, of course, more humidity, which is excellent news. So looking at the FUTURECAST, another storm system is going to roll over the top of us once we get into early next week. Little hints, maybe some sprinkles for Northern California down to about Central California. So really no chances for us now. There's maybe a slight sprinkle chance for our northern areas over the next several days, but really the big news will be that it just sort of deepens the marine layer. So watch what happens on Saturday. As you can see, not much to talk about all the way into the morning hours as we have that little offshore flow. We see nothing, but then watch as the winds turn and we lose the offshore, and as we head to Sunday, boom, there's your marine layer, and that is outstanding news. Gaviota Coast right there, of course, in and around that Alisal fire. Fog is about the best we can do right now, and I think that's pretty good. It might maybe impede the air assault, but by the afternoons we expect clear weather, so all good news all the way around. Cooler, a little bit of moisture, and look at the temperatures from Saturday. Boy, this is where it's kind of shocking almost. We go from Saturday to Sunday, and the computer is completely biting on the idea that we are going to lose that offshore flow and get very, very cool, mild to cool as we go from Sunday, and then maybe even more so Monday and into Tuesday of next week. So looking locally, another very warm day, warm and sunny, and how. And look at all those 70s and 80s popping up, even pushing maybe a 90 or so, depending on how fast that offshore ends and we turn it back onshore. So there it is right there. Just another beautiful day, but probably a little warm for most people. It's definitely fall when you see those 80s going all the way into the sand. It's not a summer heat wave at all, where you have the coolness by the beaches. This one blows usually that coolness right off into the ocean. And then, of course, as we know right now, it will start to slowly come back. So look at Ventura, Oxnard. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if those 80s drop off quickly by the afternoon. And that's good news because it's just a little too warm. And, of course, the fire danger is off the chart. Excellent news here is we'll lose the red flag by tomorrow afternoon as well. And there's the water temp in the ocean. It's cooled off with all those winds. Surf will drop over the next couple of days. And there's your 7-day forecast. We'll look at just a couple of these and look at the coolness from Saturday to Sunday, and then it's pretty cruise control all the rest of the week. What looks like maybe a little warming shows up toward the end of the forecast, but overall it looks like we go back to mild and near normal for this time of year.